Good morning. My name is Amber Winton, and I'm the CEO and founder of NextWork. Today, I'm answering your questions. How do you see education 10 years from now? Good question. The vision of education 10 years from now is actually not all that dramatic compared to what we already expect of education. The big difference is we've had these expectations of education for 20 years now, even longer, hopefully, and it just hasn't come true. And I think that's the difference, really, is that I feel that in my lifetime, everything is aligned that this can actually happen. The vision of education that I think we all share and we all want for the future is one where anyone in the world can learn any skill at any time, apply it, and make the world a better place. What does this mean? What does this actually look like? If this is a reality, it means anyone in the world could learn to be a doctor at any point in time, that they could travel with that, go anywhere else in the world, any other country, and that degree and that skill still applies in any other country. Countries like India would have the same ratio of doctors to civilians as Switzerland, which has one of the highest ratios in the world. And education 10 years from now really should look like the true distribution of skills. It doesn't matter what you want to learn. You can learn it anywhere in the world, from the bush to New York. I think that one of the biggest problems with education today comes down to the trust between learning a new skill and having that recognized in society. Learning is about acquiring a new skill that is going to add value to society by solving a problem in the world and moving humanity forwards at a greater rate. I think that a lot of education today has become disconnected from reality. The content is always behind. It's not really applicable to the real world. We learn for the sake of learning rather than to actually solve real problems. 10 years from now, you should be able to look at the world, look at the biggest problems in the world: unlimited renewable energy, access to housing, aging population, declining population, access to healthcare. All of these big problems, you should be able to look at them and then think, what are the skills needed to solve those problems? And how can I get those skills in a way that is going to contribute to solving those problems? This means we have to, number one, be able to teach all the skills needed to solve humanity's greatest problems. Number two, those skills have to be applied. It's no good just learning them and not actually applying them in society in a way that's going to make a difference. So they have to be applied. And usually the way that you can make a difference, the biggest difference in the world, is in a group with multiple people rather than just by yourself. Today, we call that work. We call that being in a job. We call that coming together with other people and solving a problem that is actually adding value. In a capitalist society, the way that you can measure value, a tangible way to do that, not the only way, but one of the most tangible ways, is an exchange of profits, an exchange of money. So can you learn a skill that can be applied in a job, in a business that is profitable, in a way that is going to solve a real problem for society? That's why you are exchanging money for it, and then move the world forward. Learn the skill, apply the skill in society, and create new skills to really move the world forward and solve these big problems. Those are the 3 steps that I see to really a future of education that is making sure that all of human potential and talent is optimized. A really fun exercise for this is to imagine, hey, if the human race was to start brand new on a new planet, how would we transfer knowledge and make sure that everyone was able to learn any skill, that any new generation was actually able to learn whatever they wanted to learn, apply it, make the use of it, that we actually had to really look at every individual on the planet and say, what skill do you want to learn and how can you best apply that to the benefit of all? I think education has lost connection with solving real problems rather than just something that's going to get you a job. Education 10 years from now should look like anyone in the world can learn anything. It should look like anyone in the world can, after they've learned it, use that to get a job that's going to actually benefit society. And then that we can create any new skill needed to actually solve their problems and move humanity forward. Learning should be driven by problems to solve, not just for the sake of it. How we do that and what that looks like is really fascinating. When I started, it was going to be all pre-made video content and pre-made written content. But as we move into a world of AI, there's so much more that can be done here to make learning a incredible experience. It needs to be engaging. It needs to be very high quality. It needs to be accurate. There needs to be really good social ties and community. And it needs to actually work in the real world. These are all the things we should expect from our learning experience. And I'm going to make it my mission to get the world to that stage.